miHoYo, what the hell is this? Before I get into the depths of this video, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping and give you guys a little bit of background. For those of you living under a rock, Genshin Impact is a video game released on the 28th of September 2020 as an early birthday present for me, because my birthday is the 29th. It was released by miHoYo, a video game developer founded in 2012 by 3 students of Shanghai Jiaotong University. It has a subsidiary as Hoyoverse, based in Singapore as of February 15th, 2022. It's a ridiculously popular game, the last report on the 21st of April 2022 stating that Genshin Impact has over 61 million players. The game and its developers have had a few controversies pop up here and there, but overall I'm proud to say that I do love Genshin Impact. So if there are any rabid stans gonna run into the comments saying that I'm a hater, let me just list for you all of the characters that I currently have ascended to the top level. Jean, Keqing, Hu Tao, Ito, Albedo, Xiao, Venti, Traveler, Shenhe, Ula, Ganyu, Zhongli, Chi-Chi, Ayaka, Raden Shogun, Kazuha, Kokomi, Mona, Child, Klee, Diluc, Sanyu, Sucrose, Diona, Fischl, Kea, Razor, Barbara, Yanfei, Bennett, Xiangling, Yunjin, Yoimiya, Rosara, Xingqiu, and I have every single character except for these 3 that elude me. It's safe to say I'm a fan. However, let's get into the controversy, and before I get into this controversy, I'm going to have to talk to you about leaks. Now, leaks are intellectual property of a franchise that hasn't been released to the public. So, characters that aren't yet in-game, events that aren't yet in-game, weapons that aren't yet in-game. How do these leaks work? I have no idea how these people get these leaks, whether they have an inside informant, or people look at the coding, or something like that. Witchcraft. I have no idea how these people get these leaks, but they do exist. miHoYo has expressed a disdain for leaks in the past because it spoils certain aspects of the game. For example, when Inazuma first came out, there were parts of the zone that were leaked. And I definitely can understand this frustration, because when it comes to game development and games, there are many different people in many different departments that work hard to make the whole package incredible. There are people that compose and create the music, there are people who create the zones and the mechanics, there are people who design the characters and animators for everything. And a game like Genshin Impact has every single zone with a different feel, a different aesthetic, and catering to a different vision or element. So I'd understand that they would want everything to be together and presented together because it was a team effort. This is why leaks are controversial, because it's taking little parts of a whole puzzle and putting it out there, and some people say that it's spoiling it for other people say that it could damage Genshin Impact because you're only taking those little pieces and not showing the whole picture, and therefore if some people don't like a leak, then they might not come back to play the game. I agree with the first part, but the second part, Genshin Impact has a substantial amount of players, it makes a lot of money. I don't think that a leak is really going to damage them. Why am I talking about leaks? There is a YouTube channel called Sip Stefan who covers leaks that have been outed to the community. It's important to note that Stefan himself does not make these leaks, as in he's not the one that is leaking this information, he's merely covering the information that's been put out there. In response to Stefan posting these videos covering leaks, miHoYo have actually issued him 3 different copyright strikes on his channel. And if you don't know much about the copyright system, if you get 3 strikes, your channel's gone. I believe you have 5 days to appeal the strike or something like that, but if you don't appeal it, or if your appeal doesn't go through and it's unsuccessful, your channel's gone. I believe that these are not valid copyright strikes, and I will explain why. In regards to fair use and copyright, there are considerations stated in the codified section of 107 of the Copyright Act, wherein copyrighted material may be used without the permission of the copyright owner. The following exceptions include the purpose and character of the use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, and the effect of the use on potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. In relation to Stefan's content, the purpose and the content itself is not a substantial portion of the copyrighted work, and the copyrighted work in question is Genshin Impact. His coverage is limited to very small portions of the overall game, limited to 1 or 2 characters, weapons, or events. It's also important to note that the coverage does not have an effective use on the potential market or the value of Genshin Impact. He's a YouTuber with under 8,000 subscribers, and Genshin Impact is a game with 61 million players. It's not a reasonable assertion that his platform is able to enter the market at the same level nor influence the market as a whole. He's also not part of the game production industry, the market wherein Genshin Impact is, and therefore cannot possibly impede on the success of the product. As well as this, other purposes that may support a finding of fair use include teaching, including private study or classroom use, criticism or commentary, and news reporting. The nature of Stefan's work is news reporting and commentary based on released or leaked works of Genshin Impact, and it's important to note that copyright content does not have a separate case law nor legislation for leaked works, and therefore cover and consider all intellectual property the same. Any concerns regarding reporting leaked content are irrelevant to his case. Taking that into account, all of his coverage is transformative by its very context of commentary and news reporting. At the very least, that is my understanding of copyright law after having my own copyright strike from Katie Morton. miHoYo are completely in their right to express disdain and disapproval for leaking and having people report on leaking, but I don't think this alleged false copyright strike was the right way to go about it. Stefan also has a Twitch channel and a TikTok. I will link those in the description. As well as this, he has created a backup YouTube account. He's done some great coverage, and as well as this, has 2 parts of a series of deep diving into Genshin Impact and the story. It is a controversial issue. Again, I don't necessarily think miHoYo went about this the right way, and I don't exactly know how I feel about leaks. Personally, I don't look for leaks, but if they pop up, it's cool to see them. Especially because there has been such a gap between versions of the game. We're kind of in a content hiatus right now. I personally don't mind this because I can log in and do my daily commissions and use up my resin and just use that time to focus on the characters I already have. But I can't blame other players for being bored or frustrated. That's the video. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is copyright material that shouldn't be out there? Do you think that there should be some kind of protection for developers from leaking? Or do you not mind leaking and think that miHoYo should just calm down? Let me know in the comments below and go and support Sip Sip Stefan. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.